Turtwig. Turtwig, 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 Turtwig. Sorry, it's just who I am right now. Hey buds, how's it going? It's ArborAndy here. Today we're going to be taking a look at Shadow Poliwrath. And I've paired him up with a Poison Jab Muck and Alolan Marowak just to cover the Hypno weaknesses, and I found this team works out pretty good. So let's get into the battles and let's see how we do. Now with our recent Rocket event, I was able to TM Frustration away on this Poliwrath. He was sitting in the ranks for a while just as a Poliwag, but once we got Frustration, be able to TM it away, I wanted Scald so bad because Poliwrath is another one of my Pokemon. I know I do a lot of grass, but he's got a soft spot in my heart, so I liked him in the main games because I thought he was an interesting, water fighter, and especially with this Kanto meta, he's pretty much a core breaker. As you can see here, getting rid of that Snorlax. Now Magneton comes in here is not good, but throwing these Scalds, we could get the attack debuff. We get a shield, which is good, so I'm just going to swap into Muck here and absorb whatever charge move Magneton throws. Could be the discharge, but he's going to throw the Magnet Bomb, so that's going to hurt a little bit more. Now I did, like I said, Poison Jab. No, so, I mean, Snarls wouldn't have been doing much better here, but they charge a lot quicker. Throwing that Dark Pulse to the Marowak, getting no shield, pretty good. Getting farmed down, not too bad, because I can just come back in here with either of these guys. As I was saying, I was going with Poison Jab just because I was banking on more fast move damage, especially with some of the fighter moves. And you get charge moves a little bit quicker, but Poison Jab, just throws people off sometimes, and you get a grass or a Charmer that comes in. And that's what I found about Alolan Muck and Marowak is that they cover Poliwrath's weaknesses pretty good. He's weak to flyers, grass, berries, electric, and confusion. So as long as you have a great Hypno counter in this meta and grass counter, we don't see many Venusaurs. There are the odd few, but I found he was pretty much a core breaker. Every lead, there was a Snorlax, he's good against Snorlax, Graveler, Nidoqueen he can beat. And you'll see he comes in pretty clutch sometimes, even with the Hypno as he's going down, he'll survive one more confusion, get a Scald and a debuff off. So we got our first win there. Head back into some of these battles. Messages coming up. So that's what those trees are sometimes. They just, privacy issues, just want to keep the chats clear, and sometimes I have my bubbles going just so notifications for raids and such. Going for another Scald here, hoping for the debuff. We get a shield, which is good, so I'm going to switch directly into Muck here. They're going to swap out soon, throw 4 confusions, and swap into their Alolan Sandslash. Now this isn't the greatest, obviously, because we have Poison Jab, but these Dark Pulses are going to hit for enough neutral damage that we could probably pressure a shield on the second one. They're going to get to a move before we are, and I'm going to have to call this Bulldoze. If it is, it's fine, I can come in with Poliwrath. It's just an Ice Punch, so we can take that, throw one more Dark Pulse, and hopefully pressure a shield from the Sandslash here. Otherwise, this Dark Pulse will be taken out. The Alolan Sandslash, he's good Pokemon, but kind of glassy sometimes. So the Muck comes back, Hypno comes back into throw, which is good because we don't want him confusioning us down and getting Thunder Punch off on our Poliwrath here, but we've got a whack in the back. It's a whack in the back time. Let's go. So we're going to get to a move here, and he's not swapping out, so he's going to try to bait the Shadow Ball, but we get to the Shadow Ball before he does, so he's going to have to shield if he doesn't want to be taken out. And he lets it go, so all that energy's gone to waste, and we take the win. I don't know if he was trying to call a bait there, thinking we had a Bone Club, but as you can tell, this is also a Fire Blast AWAC, so we're going to have some fun today, because not a lot of people shield that, and I've one-shotted some Labrases just about before, so we might see it in this video, we may not. Going for the Scald here, getting a no shield from the Lapras, a potential Dynamic Punch, Brave Soul, so now that they know we have Scald, I'm going to let this go. It's just going to be a Surf, throw the Dynamic Punch and either threaten a shield or take out this Lapras. Us being Shadow, they're most likely to shield, but let's see what happens. We get a shield, perfect, like we imagined. Now this is a dominating matchup for Poliwrath because all they can do is throw Surfs, but at this point Poliwrath's pretty low, so I'm going to shield just to preserve some health on him. throw this Dynamic Punch, hopefully pressure one more shield. Because I was also afraid of getting Ice Sharded down. I know we were Shadow and resist these, but I was afraid of them getting ahead on energy. They swap into Wigglytuff and get a Charm on us, which is unfortunate. I meant to swap into Muck here, but this is going to happen. This was much more amusing. Boom! Oh my goodness, Marowak. Oh my god. And I could almost even Hex down at this point. We're resisting each other's moves, but this Dazzling Gleam, yeah, we survive by 1 HP because this is a rank 1 Marowak. They get one more Charm on us, which is fine. We Poison Jab them down, and we've got shields for both our Pokemon in the back, and I could even let this go, but I'm going to shield up Muck here. Just preserve some energy on here, get the Madrill run off, because I didn't want Poliwrath to get taken out by it. So I'm going to farm just a little bit of energy. They swap it back in the Lapras, try to snipe with us, and they're not going to. I'm going to throw this Dark Pulse to get a bit of neutral damage off here. And I've overfarmed a bit on Muck, so hopefully we can get to the next Dark Pulse there. We might shot them down and still have a move ready to go. Get to the Scald before the Incinerate goes through, and we're going to be taking the win here. This Poliwrath just impressed me. Good game to the trainer there. Let's get it. On to our next match here, up against Poliwrath up against Lapras. Pretty dominating matchup. Now, the only win condition for Lapras here is to build up both the Skull Bash and land it. But we're going to throw this Dynamic Punch. Do you think they're going to respect us? Boom! My goodness! Lapras just panic throws the Surf here. We can safely let this go. Poliwrath just taking out a Pokemon and a half sometimes. I'm just going to Mud Shot this all the way down. We don't have to worry about Ice Shards. And let's see what comes in. Hypno. This is where we love to have Scald because we could get the attack debuff. Let's see if we do. He no-shields it and he doesn't, which is unfortunate, but we've got 2 responses to that in the back. And that's the good thing about, I guess, seeing the Hypno later on, is that now we have 3 Pokemon versus Hypno. We can still safe swap, and the Poliwrath can still handle the hard counter. We always have Pokemon advantage, shield advantage, energy advantage. It's just typical battle. So I guess what I've come to the conclusion for this team, Hypno is basically the only weakness that we see. There's not a lot of Venusaurs, and if there are, again, AWAC's Fire type covers all the grass that Poly's weak to. The Fire covers the Charm, and then when we've got Alolan Muck, the Dark covers the Psychic, and the Poison also covers the Charm and the Grass. And, sorry, Marowak's Ghost type also covers the Psychic types that Poly's weak to. So, I guess easy mode, you're only weak to Hypno here. So mine is Venusaur. So just reinstating that, as long as you have a good Hypno counter in the back, this team works well. Gonna go straight for the Shadow Bone here, overfarm just a bit, try to take this Hypno out before he throws a move, because I don't want him to have to throw another punch at us. He is going to shield. I undercharge that as well. We get to another one, which is perfect. This will be taking out the Hypno. And we're looking good here. One more Pokemon. The Nidoqueen's just, a few hexes away. And we've got 2 Pokemon in the back. So even this is a Earth Power. She's a few Mud Shots away, a couple hexes away. Poison Fang not doing much. Getting the win. Let's go. Now, the only other weakness Poliwrath has is Pidgeotto. Again, we don't see many of those, and if we do, Poison Jab Muck. We can, again, fast pressure. Perfect lead. A blue cat. This is going to be a Alolan Persian, some crazy spice, and he's going to be weak to our Poliwrath here. So I'm going to bait with the Scald because Persian has Feint Attack, Foul Play, Payback. I mean, all these dark moves you resist, and I just should have thrown that Dynamic Punch and one-shotted, but we're going to simultaneously swap here, and now our Hypno is locked onto our Alolan Muck. So this is good because we got Dark on Psychic, and Poliwrath doesn't even have to see this. We don't have to take any confusion damage. And, I mean, they didn't even build up to a Focus Blast. Even a Shadow Ball doesn't hurt Muck. We can... Ooh, oh, they did. That's okay. We were resisted. We're still good. We're still good. We got 2 shields. Let's get it. Get into this Dark Pulse. And, yeah, I guess some people that run the Poison Jab, they run the Acid Spray as well. I guess that's why they get some no-shields. But I just figured, Poison Jab covers some pretty neutral leads. Them swapping back into their blue cat, blue suede shoes cat, going to throw, which is good. It would be resisted, but I guess it's better that we tank it here than on Poliwrath, because them having feint attack, it doesn't charge very quickly. So we can just basically mud shot this down at this point. Yeah. And they've got no shields. We've got 2 Pokemon in a shield. What are they bringing back in? They're going to bring back in the Hypno. We can Scald that. And I guess debating throwing that. But what is he was in the back? And an AWAC. We've covered both weaknesses. And they surrender. That's good game. So Shadow Poliwrath. Closing all of these games, getting some Fire Blasts off, landing some nukes, getting that 5-0. So Shadow Poliwrath, pretty good across the meta, pretty good as a starter. If you liked the team, let me know. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and tell me what you think, and I'll see you buds next time.